Good morning. It's cold. It's cold. I want to talk about precisely that. Not the cold per se, but the season that we're in. I want to talk about seasonal living, in a sense. So yeah, they call it a new year. Of course, it's not a new year, but the importance of the winter solstice. The winter solstice is about a death season. At this point, just about everything that is going to has died off. All the trees that give up their leaves in the fall, they are preparing for hibernation. They're preparing for their death season. So, and just simply letting things go. So it's a difficult time of year. And, you know, a lot of people deal with loneliness and sadness and depression and stuff during this time of year. And I'm making this video to say that it's totally natural. It's completely natural to feel sad. It's completely natural to almost get stuck in your head, get stuck in your thoughts, to be reiterating things. You know how people, you know, set all these new goals and all this other kind of stuff for the new year. It's fine to set the goals, but it's not actually the time to implement a bunch of new changes to your life. When you try to do that, you will find a lot of difficulty. However, if you would wait until the natural new year, which is springtime, you will find that you do these things with ease, because the planet is doing these things. And anytime we try to go against the flow, we find opposition. So, yeah, I wanted to say that. I have goals and stuff that I set, but I still kind of, I know what season we're in, and so for me it's more so about planning than it is about action. Let's put it that way. What do I want to say? How do I want to say it? I know what I want to say because I know, like, how I see myself in the future, and I feel like, ooh, I'm excited, I want to get there now. But in reality, like, there's a lot of opposition around me naturally, and I have to respect that. I have to take things in stride and understand that the takeoff time is just not right now, right? I also, very quickly, on a health note, speaking of that, that's one of the things that I want to pop off, which is talking about health, like doing a whole segment on that, because I know some stuff. And very quickly, along with seasonal living, a part of that is seasonal eating. So there's nothing wrong with, like, going outside and getting your exercise in this cold weather. Cold is actually kind of good for you. It's good for the lymphatic system to be shocked from the warmth to the cold, and it helps your body detox. So we are living in a time that is actually great to detox. The types of detoxes you want to do are going to be root detoxes. The reason I use the word root detox is because right now the earth naturally isn't giving a lot of food. What you get out this season are greens like collards and mustards and kale. They will continue growing in this season to some extent. It's not as quick as fall. They're just cold weather things. I think kale grows throughout the whole winter, if I remember correctly, but I'm not sure. Turnips. Actually never ate turnips, but whatever, it came out my mouth. Beets, potatoes, sweet potatoes, all of those things that come out of the ground, carrots, things that grow deep underground, garlic. It's, as you detox, what's best is like warm soups. If you puree them, even better, because it gives your digestive system a rest. But it's not time for like pineapple smoothies unless you live in the tropics. It's against what nature is doing. And that's another thing I want to talk about, but I'll do another video on it at another time. But like eating against the season is also really bad for your health. It's best to eat what the earth is producing. The nutrients are there. When they're grown against their season, the nutrients are not there. Like this whole world, it has a science to it. But anyway, point blank, do not be hard on yourself. Don't overexert yourself. Allow your body to rest. We don't get to fully hibernate as human beings because we have to eat and stuff, and therefore we got to continue to work and stuff like that. But do not overexert yourself in this season. It's just not the time. Allow yourself the rest, and more importantly, allow yourself the grace. Because around this time of year, regardless, I always tend to be in my head. I always tend to be calculating what I've done good and what I've done not so good. Things that I accomplished and things that I didn't accomplish. And since, I know some metaphysics, I reevaluate myself come springtime. The fall and the summer kind of push together. But for me, it's like the first 6 months of the year, I'm evaluating myself to death. Especially this time. And if you over-evaluate yourself, if you criticize and analyze yourself, a lot of times you impede the growth that you can have in the next season. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to y'all, but I'm also talking to me. It's important to give yourself that grace and simply evaluate, because there's a difference between you evaluating and seeing and being aware versus you criticizing yourself into fear, criticizing yourself into non-action, criticizing yourself into not doing what you are meant to do. Understand, I feel like it's necessary to say that we have natural talents, but it doesn't mean that you should be like the best on your game. It doesn't mean that you should be 100% just because it's a natural talent. Everything has to be cultivated, natural or not, right? And so in this season, allow yourself the rest. Allow yourself mental, spiritual, physical rest. And give yourself grace. Evaluate yourself properly. Become aware of those dark spots of the shadow in your psyche. Become aware of your shortcomings and all that kind of stuff, and think about what you can do to improve, excuse me. Think about what you can do to improve yourself, but you don't really need to be taking large actions until the new year, until the spring. That's all I gotta say. I hope you all take what I say and digest it well. And have a great day.